Murphy. I am a state senator representing District 64 in St. Paul. I'm also a registered nurse. I want to begin by thanking Norma and Sarah and Bill for sharing your stories. Never an easy thing to do, but probably the most powerful way that we can move together to pass this bill. So I want to thank you. I want to take us back to the start of COVID in the spring when we watched the very first surge take place in New York City. It was breathtaking for me, and I'm sure for people across the country. And I took real comfort in watching the people almost every day at the end of the shifts in New York bang on pots and pans to celebrate the frontline workers in healthcare and across the spectrum who were stepping into harm's way every day to take care of the people who had fallen ill from COVID-19. It was a powerful symbol of solidarity. And the surest way for us to extinguish this virus is to stand together by pulling together and fighting together. The solidarity that the New Yorkers showed is the same thing we need from our employers. We're all making sacrifices to get through this. We have to look out for each other, including face coverings, social distancing, and employee protections. Since the start of this pandemic, frontline workers have gone to work day after day to keep us alive, to keep us safe, to keep us fed, and to keep Minnesota moving. I'm deeply grateful to every single person who is doing that work across the state of Minnesota, but my gratitude is not nearly enough. We need to enact this legislation to make sure that the workers who are doing that hard work have this full measure of protection. This legislation requires employers to provide up to 100 hours of paid emergency leave for COVID-related absences, an exposure, going into quarantine, an infected childcare provider. This will protect workers, it'll protect patients, it'll protect our coworkers, it'll protect Minnesotans. To extinguish this virus, we have to pull together, and this legislation does that. It is a priority for me. I'm going to make it a priority for the Minnesota Senate, and I'm happy to share that Senator Tom Bach, another strong labor leader in the Minnesota Senate, is my co-author and a fellow fighter in pursuit of this legislation. We're going to get it done for the people of Minnesota. When I think about the people in New York and what we have seen since that first surge, I think about every frontline worker who's doing the thing most of us would never do, running into the danger at great risk and with clear purpose. We call them heroes because they run into the danger with clear purpose. Often they're doing this work without proper protection, and I know that they're worried because they can bring the infection home to their family members. They are doing the work of keeping Minnesotans moving, and often they're called heroes, but the word hero is an empty gesture, and it is cold comfort if we don't back it up with action. This legislation is that action. We're going to get it passed. Thank you very much.